if Keith is hurting like this, there's no answer.
Did you guys see that performance by Kendrick Lamar at the halftime show? Did you hear what he said, y'all? This is crazy. I told y'all, this is over.
What's good, family? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Earth and Chaos. And in this episode, we're going to dive in and see what's going on, because there's just been a huge cataclysmic earthquake that just struck Thailand, Bangkok, Myanmar, and whatnot. And things are very it's devastating over there right now. There's a lot going on. And of course, mainstream media is not really reporting on this because, again, they don't want people to know what's going on. But there is a lot going on around the world, and I've got some videos to share with you guys. So, hang on tight and strap on and get ready for the show. Before I continue, again, y'all, we have the Cosmic Code course that is going on. Class starts on April 15th, and this is only by purchase only, so the people who purchase this class are the only people who will be getting this course. But the course is available if you're interested in what I do here with the decoding, showing y'all how that we are literally in a cosmic video game, and you want to see the deeper language of the hidden universe, which is all around you at all times. You just have to expand to open up your consciousness first, be open to the energy and expand your awareness, and this literally automatically comes to you. And this is what we're doing and diving into this class. So if this interests you, then go ahead and sign up for the class. Class starts April 15th. All right, so let's get to this. We got some videos to show you guys at first. All right, so like I said, right, I said, hey, watch Haiti. Right now, we got the Haitians in France marching for the freedom of Haiti. Big things are going to be happening this year, you guys. I know you guys can feel the energy. You guys can definitely feel the energetics of it. Everybody is talking about it because this is an emotional shift that we're going through right now. But the Haitians in France are, they're marching for the freedom of Haitian, because it makes sense that France is doing it, because France means free men, free the men, free the Haitian men. So it makes sense that the French Haitians are walking so they can free their brethren in Haiti, because it's a mirror, you know what I'm saying? It's a mirror. That's why Haitians live in France and Haitians live in Haiti as well. It's a mirror. We are literally direct reflections of each other. So this is the energy. This is the new energy that's coming onto the planet right now, because we're entering a new age. We just left the old age and now we're entering a new age. So Haiti's going to be, it's the start of it. That's why as soon as the lunar eclipse ended, this happened. That's why, right? It was the blood moon. You see that? It was the blood moon, the blood. Here's the blood that is it. That's the tears and the sweat, the blood that the Haitian people have fought for years, for centuries, okay? So to this day, So now there's going to be a big change within that, so please be aware of that, okay? Now let's continue. Let's see what else is going on. We're not really... So, all right, there was a mysterious portal that opened up, okay, in Europe. Okay, so it's very important that this opened up in Europe, because I want you to understand Europe had been the Europe. It's the EU. And it's funny because this portal just opened up in the EU, and the EU just warned its people. All right, 450 million people. All right.
Europeans to be ready for anything. A war, cyber.
All right, let's go. So let's go. Let's replay this.
So Europe is getting ready for war, and it wants its citizens to prepare too. Brussels has issued guidelines for all 450 million Europeans. 450 million people across all 27 member states. Every household has been asked to maintain a survival kit to stock up on things like bottled water, canned food, a torch, and basic supplies like toilet paper. This stock should last for at least 3 days. That is the instruction. It is part of a new European strategy for preparedness.
Today's threats facing Europe are more complex than ever, and they are all interconnected. The battlefields in our pockets, our phones, our computers, our power plants, our banks, our supply chains, our raw materials, and in the media, the social media we consume every day. These are all battlefields, and they are being weaponized to threaten our European way of life and our democracies.
Listen, her name is Haja Labib. Remember? And then if you guys were in my live earlier, we did I showed y'all Bibu Dev Mizra, and then the suffix of her name is Bib. All right. Labib means Bible. Okay. Haja, right? This is literally, let me see. You know what? We're not going to get into this right now because we're not decoding this. I just want to show you guys what's going on around here. But this is very prevalent to what is happening. It's funny because the number, it's happened on 326, right? And 320, and I told you, well, this is the other number that you're going to see a lot. Remember, I told you guys you're going to see a lot. You're going to see 26, 62, 29, 92. And then we went back to here, right? Was this one? Was it my profile? And then I showed you guys, look at this. You see, remember the truck? You see, this is why this video kind of went viral, because this number is viral as well. So that's what I'm saying. I'm showing you guys how this matrix work. Okay, numbers run this matrix, because this video went kind of viral because it has the number of this, because this number is super viral right now. But nonetheless, that number is very viral because that number gives you 2 + 6 gives you 8. Okay, but it's all about, remember Remember in Bibu Dev Mizra, they told you that Nemesis had left, and then 26 gives you, I believe 26 gives you Nemesis. Yes. So Nemesis is the god that basically brings people their retribution for their karma. It's basically essentially Saturn. That's basically what it is. It's Saturn, Black Sun, Anubis. It's so many names for it. Okay. So Nemesis is here to clean up. It's cleaning. It's cleaning. This is the great cleanse that's going on right here. That's why you'll see the number 26, 62 is very prevalent. And look, and even her name gives you 26 as well. So basically this is showing you that she herself is getting cleaned up. Okay, she herself will be cleaned up. She is part of that. She is part of the cleanup, the great cleanup that's going on.
This is
wow, where did this go? Excuse me, y'all. Wow, where did we go? Was it TikTok? No, it was not TikTok. There we go.
European way of life and our democracies.
So the EU, now something is going to happen in the EU. There's a great cleansing that's going to happen in the EU. All right. And then right. And then in Europe, in London, they had to shut down the airport. I don't know if the airport's up and running right now, but they had to shut down the airport for 24 hours or more because a solar flare, CME, directed it and harmed it. And they basically told you it was something else. But no, this is the sun that's doing this right now, because the sun has a direct correlation on what happens on the planet, whether it's electromagnetic, because the sun, it is an electromagnetic being, okay, plasma entity, okay, and then it also affects the weather as well. You know, it can increase the weather patterns, okay, and can make these certain anomalies even stronger as well, right? If there's something in the air, especially right now, like we're in the age of, you know, karma. You know, there's a lot of karma that's coming out to the surface, and the sun literally emits that, and it makes it even stronger.
Brussels wants Europeans to be ready for anything: a war, cyber attacks, extreme weather events like floods or wildfires, even a major disease outbreak. Europeans must be self-sufficient.
You hear that? So there's going to be a slew of things that happen, and you basically need to be ready. Okay, so the people need to get your, your herbs, your essential oils. You know what I'm saying? Get some, get some supplies ready, because you have no idea what's happening. Because this is the balance that's coming to tip the scales. All right. So all the harmful things that was done onto the planet, to the people, the natural things. This is because y'all gotta understand, a lot of these things are not helping humanity. These things are not helping humanity. These are actually stopping humanity from ascending and becoming greater than. So that's why this is the judgment that's coming on the planet, because these things must be destroyed in order for humanity to rise up to greater, right back to where right back to where we belong. So this is the judgment that's coming to reign on this planet, and it's happening via the sun. So if the sun says pop, right, pop goes the weasel, and it's a direct reflection on this earth itself. Right, all the CMEs that's popping up, right, and it's a direct reflection because things start decapitating on this planet: earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever it may be, because that's the sun says so. Simon says so. Simon says.
At least for the first 72 hours of any crisis, that is the key message of Europe's preparedness plan. Top EU leaders are urging people to act on it. They're suggesting keeping an emergency bag ready at home.
Ajalabi, welcome to What's in My Bag Survival Edition. My document in a waterproof pouch, a must in a rainy Brussels. Let's talk about lighting. I have a flashlight and, of course, the light.
Yeah, I want y'all to be clear, okay? They're trying to make light of this. But this is the stuff that the preppers be seeing, like how y'all be, like the preppers be getting crazy and they be getting ready and all that type of stuff. This is the type of stuff they be doing. They're making it trying to seem calm and stuff like that. No, that's not it. Especially, I showed you guys, the spiritual people are losing their mind right now. The spiritual 83s that talks about all love and light and everything right now, they're losing their mind. They're going crazy right now. So I just imagine what they're experiencing. If the spiritual people that lead the people that lead them is going crazy, what do you think these people are experiencing?
And
look at that. You can't make this stuff up. Laughing at the same time. See? Let's go.
Special friend. A Swiss Army knife, and of course some cash. In the middle of a crisis, cash is king. A charger and a power bank, because a dead fool is a dead end. This is everything you need to survive the first 72 hours of a crisis. Speaking about being prepared, the EU is preparing its strategy to be sure that every citizen is safe in case of crisis. Be prepared, be safe.
Okay, let me see something.
Believe me, that's a real video. Hajalabi.
Yo, you can't make this stuff up. Do you hear her? She's literally taking a shot at her. But let me see. Okay. So I want to be clear. There's an energy guidance that's going to be coming onto the planet. Okay, the word EU is E and then U. The word, we already know the word E. The letter E stands for energy. So there's an energy coming to you. And 72. That's why they're saying 72, because 72 gives you Christ consciousness. Let me see. We talked about this before. Oops. Christ consciousness. We are, well, the RI. Okay. Christ consciousness over here. Okay. This is about to be activated. Okay. And then again, there's a lot of people that are not going to make it. So they're going to what? You know what I'm saying? They're going to, you know what I'm saying? That's why, look, it says, look, guidelines apply to 27 member states. You know what I'm saying? The 27 members refer to who we call vampires. The vampire people. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what 27 gives you. All right. Because there's about to be an activation that's happening. Things are about to happen. Because if you look at the EU's flag, I told you all these things are representations of the spiritual, what's happening. Here's the EU's flag. It features a circle of 12 gold stars on the blue background, which represents the 12, what's it called? what's it called? The 12 strand genetics, right? The 12 tribes. Okay, this represents us. The 1 + 2 = 3. The 1 for the 2. Okay, 12 is a very prevalent number when it what's it called? When it comes to spirituality. The 12 disciples. Okay, there's so much more with the number 12, but this is an activation that's about to happen, because if you look at it, it looks like, look, it's a convergence. It's the stars dancing. It's the stars coming together. It's the stars coming together. Y'all see that, right? Something is about to happen. On the blue background, they stand for the ideals, you see, of unity, solidarity, and harmony among the peoples of Europe. The number of stars has nothing to do with the number of member countries, though. The circle is a symbol of unity. So we are coming together. This is happening, all right? This is happening, all right? Now, let's continue with this, because we're done with that. Let me see.
Shared it on X. She's the European Commissioner for Preparedness and Crisis
Management. She shared it on X. Because X marks the spot. She's talking to somebody.
She is the driving force behind this plan, and it does not stop at survival kits. In future, the EU wants to have a National Preparedness Day. They haven't locked a date yet, but the plan is grand and exhaustive. Preparedness will become a part of the school curriculum. Europe feels it's an absolute must.
Okay, so let's move from this. Okay, so that's this right over here. There's a change that's coming. I've been telling you guys, there's a great change that's coming. And then with the huge corona hole that opened up on the sun yesterday, you know, now because of that, there's a direct reflection of this massive 7.7 earthquake that happened. Now, I told you guys to watch Haiti, not just in the sense of watching Haiti, but again, the number 77 refers to Haiti. Haiti is on the 77th parallel. All of this is literally, it's connected. Again, I told y'all, we're doing this on a collective level. We're doing this on a collective level. Let's continue with this. Hold on, let me show y'all. Look at the building. Look at the building soaring.
A powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck central Myanmar on March 28, 2025.
I told you guys, right? We're in the age of we're about to the Mayans talking about the end of the age, and this is Myanmar, the Mayans, okay? Mayan Mars, right? Me in Mars. Now we are in Mars, right? Which is Aries, okay? Neptune's is about to Neptune. Now it's not even Aries yet, but Neptune is what writes the tune. Big things are happening, and check this out. Look. I told you a big change is about to happen with Christ consciousness, because this literally just popped up on my Instagram with Will Smith. Look at this. Will Smith. Check this out. A massive change is about to happen because Will just posted this. Please tell me, where's it at? Hold on, y'all. So now he's called the Fresh Prince Forever. What? Wait, what just happened? Hold on. That's not Will Smith. Okay, let me see. Look at this. All right. I told you a change is about to happen. Because check this out. Look. Will Smith and Christian Crossby, which is Christ, the Christ consciousness, the Christian consciousness. And see, and he's got down on Philadelphia 76ers. Remember? Why was 6 afraid of 7? Remember? So he's about to, the energy is coming to fill us. It's coming to fill us. The Christian consciousness is crossing by. The Christ consciousness is crossing by, coming to fill us. You see? Right? And he drops a paper, right? Look, and he gives it to the will of God and he signs it. That means, yes, it's complete. The Christ consciousness is coming, baby. And there's a heavy emphasis on the 7. See that? There's a heavy emphasis on the 7, 76. Look at that. Because that's the alignment. And look, you can't make this stuff up. Look at this. Look, it's the EU. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's the EU. Look. Oh, wow. Hold on. No, not 76 Ers. Look at this. It's the EU on top of the 7, which is the crown, because we're about to be royalty again. Which is the 7 Sixers. The 6 is the will of God. Excuse me. I had to burp. Excuse me. It's the will of God coming down. You flip that to a 9. That's us, baby. We are being crowned. And that 7 looks like the A, looks like an A because it's the Aleph, it's the Alpha, it's the Omega. All right. The stars, let's go. Amazing times that we live in. See, I told y'all the universe is always talking to you, always talking to us. You see, bro, Aura farmed Will Smith. Aura, baby. That Christ consciousness. And again, Will Smith is he's all in black, the melanin, the dark goo. He's got the hat on, no capping, baby. See? Let's go. All right, let's go. Where we at? We're done. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done with that one. But let's see what's happening. Let's see.
Causing widespread panic and destruction across the region. According to the United States Geological Survey, the earthquake's epicenter was located 16 kilometers north-northwest of Sagaing, near Mandalay, at a shallow depth of 10 kilometers.
This is how. This is how powerful, you know, the shake was.
Due to its shallow depth, the quake generated intense shaking, impacting Myanmar and several neighboring countries, including Thailand, India, and China.
You know, there's a song called No Rest for the Wicked. Told you these people have been living a lie this whole time. So now the karma is here. And then the fact of the matter is they don't want to let their people know this. They don't want to let the people know there's a new shift going on. There's a new twist. Okay. But they're just going to keep letting the people live in fear, because the fact of the matter is these things keep happening over and over and over and over and over again. Again, this is like building anxiety, stress, you know what I'm saying? Depression, a whole bunch of things. It's having a mass effect, a global effect on people. You feel me? And they're just, you know, making it seem like everything is going to be okay.
In Myanmar's major cities, including Mandalay and Yangon.
Oh my goodness. Look at those things swaying, y'all.
People fled their homes and buildings as the tremors rattled the street. In Mandalay, videos circulating online showed collapsed structures, shattered glass, and streets littered with debris.
Now, what do you do after that? You think you seeing that building sway like that? You think you're gonna go back living in that? You think you're gonna go back living in that? Do you know what that will do to you mentally?
Residents reported strong and prolonged shaking, with some buildings developing visible cracks and power lines swaying dangerously.
Look. You can't make this stuff up. Look at the truck. Look at the truck number. 8383, boy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Some of Myanmar's historic Buddhist temples and pagodas, particularly in the Bagan region, suffered significant damage, with several ancient structures collapsing.
In the Bagan region, because it's beginning. This is the beginning. This is the begin. Let's go. Wow. Whoa. That was intense. Did you guys? I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was dirt. I don't know if that was water. That was intense. Look at this. Oh my goodness. You can't survive that. You cannot survive that. Free fall speed. Wow. Way more intense than just demolition. Way more intense than controlled demolition. Look at the power lines just swaying back and forth.
In Sagring, the area closest to the epicenter, multiple buildings reportedly sustained severe structural damage, while emergency services scrambled to assess the number of casualties. Hospitals and rescue teams are actively working to locate and assist people trapped under the rubble.
Because the fact of the matter is, you don't know when this is going to happen again. You have no idea when this is going to happen again. So it's like, what? And then now again, and the reason why I say that is because we're in a new age now. See, the planet is mixing things up. You see, mix. See, I told you the planet has a sense of humor. The creator has a sense of humor. You just look at it and it'll be telling you, shaking it up. We in the mix, baby. We're in the mix of it. So see, the fact of the matter is, since we've entered a new age, you don't know when things are going to be different, because these coronal holes that are popping up on the sun more often, again, it's a direct reflection of what's happening on the earth. So these coronal holes are sending out energies, masses of energies out into the planet, and this is this has a direct correlation on the planet to the point that the earth is going to lose density in a sense, because the sun is losing density. The sun is a mirror of the earth. So if the sun is losing density, the earth is going to lose density as well. So it's like, okay, I don't need that energy. Let me remove it. I don't need it anymore. And then the earth is going to mirror it. This is exactly what's happening.
The earthquake's powerful tremors extended far beyond Myanmar's borders. In Thailand, the quake was felt over 1,000 kilometers away, shaking high-rise buildings in Bangkok, causing widespread fear and forcing evacuations. Office workers, residents, and tourists were seen rushing into the streets.
Wow.
Some still in their bathrobes and nightwear.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Yeah, boy.
Witnesses described skyscrapers swaying back and forth for nearly a minute, making it one of the most intense tremors felt in the Thai capital in years.
Wow, look at that.
In Bangkok's Cataclysmic district,
Oh my goodness.
a building under construction collapsed, with emergency responders rescuing several injured workers from the debris.
Wow. At free fall speed. Boy, I'm telling y'all, controlled demolition got nothing on this. You wanna, that's Black's breaking down molecules right there.
The northern Thai provinces of Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai, which are closer to Myanmar, experienced stronger shaking, with reports of light fixtures swinging, windows rattling, and frightened residents running outdoors. In India, the earthquake's effects were felt in northeastern states such as Assam, Manipur, Nagaland, and Mizoram, where residents reported noticeable shaking. In Kolkata, West Bengal, workers in office buildings felt the tremors, prompting some precautionary evacuations. In China's Yunnan province, particularly in Kunming and Baoshan, people took to social media to report furniture moving and minor shaking, though no major damage has been reported so far. Following the main earthquake, a series of aftershocks struck Myanmar, with magnitudes ranging between 4.5 and 6.2. Seismologists have warned that aftershocks could persist
Look at this. A86. A86. And remember what the number 86 means. 86 means to remove something, get rid of it. Told you the universe has a sense of humor. Okay, so I want to be clear. There was an initial 7.7 earthquake, then a 6.4 earthquake hit, and then it was another, and then it was a 4.4, I believe. So yes, there's been a lot of shit. I told you guys. Then I told y'all that the earth was gonna be shaking and twerking and dancing. I told y'all that. I said that. And now look at this.
Persist for days.
That's not even the first one. And then I think there's going to be even more of it too. There's going to be more that comes.
Posing further risks to already weakened buildings. Authorities have urged residents to stay alert for aftershocks and to avoid heavily damaged structures.
I said there will be a great migration. There will be a great exodus.
As the situation continues to unfold, emergency responders and government agencies are working to assess the full extent of the damage. With collapsed buildings, injuries, and potential fatalities, the coming hours and days will be critical in determining the long-term impact of this devastating earthquake.
So they don't know how many people is unalive yet. Okay, they're talking about 150, which is such a lie. This was a 7.7. This was a 7.7 magnitude earthquake, and plenty people were working in these high towers, even living in these high towers. And they're not even showing you the gist of it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. They're not showing you the reality of it. A 7.7 earthquake. You know what? I've done this before. Let's ask ChatGPT, right? Let me see. Let's see. I believe in 2012. No, 2010. All right. I don't have the ability to talk to chat yet. But see, I'm going to show you. Let me show you this. Okay. You see the earthquake. Okay. The earthquake in Haiti in 2010. You see, here's that number 21 again, right? 21 or 12, remember? Right? That was the gun. Look, and you can't even make this up because that was Lil Gun, near Lil Gun, which is Leo Gun, or the oil gun, the oil gain the oil, which is the Kundalini energy. Okay, the black Kundalini energy. That's why that happened in Haiti, because Haiti was the beginning. Okay, the casualties. Okay, excuse me. So the casualties, they're saying about 300,000 people. They don't even really know, honestly. They don't even really know. But it happened on January 12th, right? on 2010. You see the date 21-21-1, which is man. I just sent out a package to a zip code 12121 as well. You can't make this stuff up. I literally just sent out a package today to the zip code 12121, and here it is over here. But I'm telling you how the universe is a very beautiful orchestrated game. That's what I keep preaching. I want to show you guys this. All right. So there we go, 7.0 magnitude earthquake. It says, let's say it says 300,000 people were injured. Fatalities, you see, with figures suggesting figures as high as 316,000, but they don't really know. But 1.5 million people were displaced, and again, this is going to be reflected because 1.5 has to do with the evil. 1.5 or 15 has to do with evil, Esau, and all that type of stuff. Now, right here, Myanmar 28. So, right. A 7.7 magnitude earthquake, okay, and at least 144. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense compared to 300,000, and then just the population, right? Bangkok is way more densely populated, packed populated. I mean, you guys seen the type of buildings that the people were in. Haiti don't have buildings like this. Haiti does not have tall skyscraper buildings like this where you have hundreds of people, maybe thousands, maybe I don't know how many. Look, isn't that the umbrella sign? Isn't that the umbrella sign? Hold on, y'all. The Umbrella Corporation. That might as well be it, y'all. Look at this. That might as well be it. Look at the Umbrella Corporation sign on this building. That might as well be it. I don't know, y'all. I'm just letting you guys. I'm just seeing what I see. That's all I said. And it looks like it's in the shape of an eye. But that's what I'm telling you. The universe has a sense of humor in that way. Please understand that. I just want to keep showing y'all we are in a cosmic video game, okay? And the cosmic video game is ascending. That's what the umbrella company is about. I talked about this a little bit. All right, but let's see. Where is chat? Where is he at? Where is chat? Okay, so let me see. Myanmar, significant structural damage in Mandalay, including the collapse of historic buildings, bridges, and roads. A 90-year-old bridge collapsed, and you see, completion. The bridge completion, and sections of the highway connecting Mandalay and Yangon were damaged. See, Mandalay and Yangon. So, and no, Yangon. Yeah, you're not holding on. That's it. It's over. You know, it's over. So whatever you were holding on to, it's over. That's what I'm saying. The universe has this very sense of humor, very, very funny sense of humor. Let me see. The collapse of a 30-story building under construction resulted in multiple fatalities and trapped workers, and also the religious sect in Bangkok is destroyed as well too. Bangkok played a significant part in religion when it came to our people in China, in Asia. Okay, so that's why, you know, Bangkok is a big thing. It's a big thing. Let me see. In Bangkok, the earthquake caused high-rise buildings to sway, leading to collapse of an unfurnished. We already talked about that. Both earthquakes were powerful, with the Myanmar Thailand earthquake 7.7 being slightly stronger than the Haiti earthquake. The Haiti earthquake resulted in significantly higher death toll, exceeding 200,000 compared to the combined fatalities, which I do not believe. There's no way, ain't no way you have a stronger earthquake. No way in hell you have a stronger earthquake and you have, let's say, 200,000 people die, and then you have a stronger earthquake and only 150 people die, and you have quite a, slightly a little bit weaker earthquake, and then you have over 200,000 people die, which they say, which I don't believe, because our people are saying over a million people have suffered in Haiti. So again, I don't know. They're never going to tell you the truth with number. All right. Damage extent. While both events caused severe infrastructure damage, the destruction in Haiti was more concentrated in densely populated urban areas, leading to a higher number of casualties and displaced individuals. The Myanmar Thailand earthquake affected multiple regions with significant damage, Mandalay and Bangkok, but with comparatively fewer casualties reported so far. Because again, they're not going to tell you the truth. That's what it is. All right. But yes, let me see. This is exactly what's going on in Mandalay.
confirming there have been 2 large earthquakes in central Myanmar. The first was recorded at 0620 GMT with a magnitude of 7.7.
You see, I told you, and you know, look, see, it happened in Bangkok, and you know who's reporting on it? BBC. You see, the universe has a very funny sense of humor, okay?
Later, an aftershock with a magnitude of 6.4 was recorded. Both were near Mandalay. Tremors have been reported more than 1,000 miles away in Thailand and China.
Okay. But you see this.
A power.
You see? Look at that. Mothership. You see? I told you the universe has a way of communicating with us. And then look, it looks like the eye as well, the little eye on the building. Look at that. See? The religious sect. Destroyed. Okay? Our stuff that we built, this will never be built again because, you know, they didn't build it. Our stuff that we built. Destroyed. I guess that's the bridge right there.
Think about it.
Wow. Yeah, we are now in the age of...
Still a big mess out here, and it may be that way for a while. I just got off the phone with the spokesperson for Houston Public Works, got a little bit more information about what's going on out here. So she says that a contractor for an energy company, they were out here installing those utility poles. You see one there, and that is when they hit a water main, causing all of this mess. So that's what's going on here. There was already, like I said, some construction going on with this. They were trying to...
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Look at Texas, completely flooded. Here's the 9 again. Here's the 9 again. You see? The 6 and the 9 and the 5 in between it. See? Okay? The 6 and the 9, the 5 between it. The 9 represents completion. The 5 is the mother, and the 6 is the father. And then you have Trump and Vance. Trump being the 60th president, Vance being the 50th vice president. And 9 is completion, and we are also in the year of the 9. Okay? Texas. I've been telling y'all, Texas is texting us, letting us know the flood is here. The Christ consciousness energy is coming in. The grand flood. All right. So this is what's happening around the world. Okay. Let me see. All right. Now, I don't know. They said they had to get an expert in. When do you need an expert to break down an earthquake?
I want to bring in John Colin Mudder. He's a seismologist and professor of Earth and Environmental.
That looks like John. What's his called? What's his name? Maxwell. What's his name? Something Maxwell. That guy that be talking about. That looks just like him because he, quote unquote, passed away. What's his name? Something Maxwell. What's his name? Jordan Maxwell. Jordan Maxwell. See, and here's the name well again, okay? Jordan Maxwell. That looks just like Jordan Maxwell. He's not, because again, these people are just nothing but actors, okay? Just because he's been given certain stuff to talk about, but he's not for us. He's not about us, nothing like that. These people are nothing but actors. All right. So he's not no good guy, but man, this guy looks just like Jordan Maxwell, you know, playing another role, playing another part. You see? look just like Jordan Maxwell playing another role, playing another part. Because again, these people are nothing but actors.
Sciences at Columbia University.
And then again, he supposedly had his death. Jordan Maxwell, death. He supposedly had his death, right? I see. He supposedly had his death 2 years ago. Okay, or his character, for that matter.
It's great to have you here at a moment like this to help us understand what just happened. I know there are 2 tectonic plates there along the fault line, but help us understand how that led to what is apparently quite a shallow quake, which made it even more dangerous.
That's right. For a given magnitude, the shallower the earthquake, the more shaking will happen, the more damage there'll be. This fault.
Wow. Oh, yes. We needed someone for that. We definitely need an expert for that. But look at tectonic plates. Tectonic plates gives you 56. And again, Trump and Vance gives you 56. Vance 50th, Trump 60th, right over here. So tectonic plates. So expect a lot more tectonic plates shaking, y'all. So I told y'all we're in a cosmic video game, and a cosmic video game is ascending right now. We don't need that. And what's his name? Let me show you guys this. Let me show y'all all of this. But yeah, there's a lot more going on the planet, y'all. I'm just showing you guys, the gist of it. Okay, a lot more going on the planet. Let's see.
CNN breaking news.
And you are watching CNN Newsroom. I'm Rahel Solomon, where we are following breaking news this hour. A major 7.7 magnitude earthquake has rocked Myanmar and Thailand. Officials in Bangkok say that 1 person is dead, 50 others are hurt in a collapsed building in the capital. And the prime minister there declaring the capital city an emergency zone. CNN.
Now you see how they all lie. So they can't never get their story straight, because you have this one saying 1 dead and 50 injured. How in the world you're going to have a 7.7 magnitude earthquake? And I'm telling you guys, this is only the beginning. You see, remember the earthquakes, especially in the earthquakes in the Santorini in Greece, right? Let me see. In Santorini, Greece, they had this swarm of earthquakes. Okay, I told you guys. And if you have been paying attention, I said something big is going to happen here, because this is a warning. This is literally a warning for what's happening for Santorini, Greece. Okay, it's like an induction point. It's something. It's showing you guys there's about to be. It's a swarm. It's a swarm. It's like the drones are swarming to here. You get it? Remember when we did the bee episode, and I told you guys, when bees are moving, when they're about to move, they swarm someplace, and then the energy starts going out, ricocheting out everywhere. This is exactly what's about to happen. This is exactly what's happening. Not about to happen. This is exactly what's happening here. The bees were swarming to the grease, getting their grease ready, warming the grease up, and now this is exactly what's happening. So all these mini earthquakes, they're going to be reflected onto the planet as well too. All right, so that's the swarm that's happening on the planet right now, y'all. Let me see.
And photojournalist Mark Phillips in Bangkok says that the tremors were violent.
Mark Phillips, and we just watched the Phil-Ups, the fillers. Okay, let's go. I told you guys. Please understand, we are in a cosmic video game. I just want you guys to see this. We are in a cosmic video game. Let's get this. Let's listen to geophysicist Stephen Burns explain what is going on here. I said always watch the comments, y'all. The comments will always tell you what's going on. Let's see. 439. Let's see.
Geophysicist Stephen Burns here.
Let's see. We got more. 439. Let's see. Okay. Again, there's a lot of activity with the sun. George Carlin said it best: when the earth gets tired of us, it's going to shake like a dog with a bad case of fleas. Exactly, because you're all going to flee. You know what I'm saying? You're all going to flee. That's exactly what's about to happen. All right. 2 family members in hospital. Friends and family all have headaches and migraines. The space weather is off the charts for health effects. Exactly. See, that's why they don't want to tell people about cosmic radiation, because the cosmic radiation is going to affect people. If you do not have the spacesuit, it's going to affect certain people. We witnessed the birth of new Earth. This is exactly what's happening. It's still ongoing. I've been feeling so much pressure in my head in the last few days, especially yesterday and today. No pain, just feel like a pressurized cabin with some slight dizziness. I felt the earthquake energy before it happened. Lesson learned, trust my gut, listen to the ringing in my ears, ground myself in bare feet. Wear silver and turquoise to help balance your energies. Felt it coming and was prepared. I brought up what I'm experiencing, but I get heckled by trolls. Glad some of you don't. We are entering super solar maximum. You hear that? Time to harmonize the sound waves. We are entering super solar maximum, but we talked about that before. All right. Let me see. You got the time for the 7. Let me see. Never thought we would get space channel. Get a space weather channel. Yeah, because again, they because that's the only thing that really matters is the sun, y'all. The only thing that really matters, the sun is the purveyor, is the generator of consciousness. It is literally the God. It says what goes. If the sun says no, then it's no. It's a no-go. The sun is what allows for our consciousness, for everything to every conscious thing to exist on this physical realm, and it allows for everything to become materialized at some point. In some certain ages. Now we're entering a new age where certain things the sun is not going to allow anymore because we're going to a new place, a new plane of existence. So this stuff has to be removed. All right. Let me see. Had headaches and stomach twisted and knots. Can't sleep more than 3 hours at a time. All the past 2 days feel like something bad is about to happen. Lots of crying, purging, heart palpitations. Anyone else? Thanks for the update. I really appreciate it. The ringing in my ear has been elevated today. Ascension sickness is real, my friends. Sending out love to all. Prayers and peace. Let me see. I knew it. Too much energy for what NASA said. They cut 6 hours of the feed yesterday. What the hell are they trying to hide? Having to sit on my grounding pad all day due to too much energy. Y'all, it makes all the difference. Be well and be blessed. I heard my first Baltimore Oreo today, which is extremely unusual. I don't see them until the first week in May. Actually, they show up May 4th or 5th like clockwork for the last 20 years. And one of my friends just sent me a video of birds, parrots specifically in California, and those birds are specifically indigenous to South and Central America. So what are they doing in California? I'm gonna post a video, y'all, but yes, that's crazy. All right, that's crazy. So again, big changes are happening on the planet. I've been telling you guys this. All right, sun in Aries going crazy. We need to survive April, and there's going to be a lot more that happens in April. The sun is in Aries, and so is Neptune. Neptune is about to be in Aries next month. In a few days. All right. So that's going to intensify even more. So basically, sun is farting at us and say, screw you. I'm tired of you. Exactly. And it's also reflecting on Earth. That's exactly what's happening. Waves of dizziness in my current condition. Keep telling myself this will pass. Thank you for the info. Awesome. I get to listen to you morning. Thanks you for the videos. Boom shakalaka. Exactly. I was doing so well drinking tons of water lately, but I didn't drink as much today, and now I have a migraine coming. It's crazy how much water my body is asking for the immediate repercussions because it's happening from the inside. People are literally, from the inside out. It's an inside out job. Go watch that movie Inside Out. This movie is so important. They made a second version of it. Now you would think this is a kid's movie, but this is for everybody. It's an inside job. It's not out. It's an inside job. Everything is happening from inside. That's why all these people are experiencing what's happening from the inner, because we're accumulating this past 6,000 years of karma. Basically, I explained this in my live earlier. So this is big stuff that's happening on the planet. All right. The flash moment is building up. Exactly. The big bang, baby. Let me see. Let me see. Migraines, fibromyalgia, flaring. If this can take out AI, bring it on. Let me see. We appreciate it. This completely took me out. Holy moly. Slept straight 2 hours just now. Feeling absolutely wrecked. Body is of bricks. Yes, emotionally affected. Waking up, crying, praying, soul searching, fear, nothing. Love your neighbor as yourself. No one. Okay. The great solar flash is upon us. So let's brace ourselves. The new beginning is near. Exactly, baby. Let's listen to what geophysicist Stephen Burns said. Let's go.
A breaking Earth alert today has been absolute madness as it relates to the expression of energy across our entire solar system. Just moments ago, we had a massive coronal mass ejection launched from the sun, specifically from a 1.1 X-class flare. But this is a gargantuan coronal mass ejection, and if this had been Earth direct and center, then this would be reaching our planet in less than 30 hours and very likely would trigger a geomagnetic superstorm. And here is that sunspot that launched that gargantuan coronal mass ejection. There may be more of it on the other side of the eastern limb solar coordinate system, but it is right there, very close to the solar equator and therefore the ecliptic plane that the sun and the Earth form. And this means that if it goes Earth center and direct and launches something very significant during that window of opportunity, that is likely to slam into the Earth directly. And so for the next 2 weeks, we have a heightened probability of there being very significant solar activity because we just saw this gargantuan coronal mass ejection from this sunspot. And that's not all. We've also had a string of high magnitude earthquakes today. 4 earthquakes greater than magnitude 6, the strongest being a magnitude 7.7 earthquake that occurred in Myanmar.
You hear that? 4 earthquakes.
12 minutes later, they had a magnitude 6.4 aftershock. And so there's been widespread devastation across Myanmar and Thailand. Thousands are dead. Some are still trapped in the rubble. We really don't know the full extent of this earthquake, but
you heard what he said? Thousands are dead. So, right? How are thousands are dead? How is he to report thousands are dead when you have the mainstream media reporting that it's only one person? How does that make sense? The mainstream media is reporting one person, but he's just saying thousands are dead.
It was the strongest earthquake that we've had in more than 2 years, going all the way back to the magnitude 7.8 and magnitude 7.5 double earthquake sequence out of Turkey near the Syrian border on February 6, 2023. That occurred when we had a full moon. We have a new moon tomorrow. In fact, a partial solar eclipse, meaning that the moon is exactly along that ecliptic plane, increasing the gravitational force vector. We have stronger earthquakes and a higher likelihood of them during such planetary alignments. And that's not the only high magnitude double earthquake sequence that we've had today. We've also had 2 magnitude 6+ earthquakes along the mid-Atlantic ridge and oceanic spreading center. Underneath the crust, you have the mantle of the Earth, and this is convecting, causing there to be active volcanism. The plates are spreading apart, and you have a mid-ocean ridge. Well, to have a magnitude 6 earthquake on a mid-ocean ridge is quite rare. To have a magnitude 6.6 is very bizarre. Both of these occurring just at the edge of the South Atlantic.
Look, I did a video yesterday. Damn, what video was that? There was a video that I did that came out, that I showed that came out in 1999. I forgot what movie that I was showing. And I think it was just a few days ago, but look at the number again, 66, you see? 666. But also the 616. And do you see the atom? The 616, I'm telling you, what we are evolving to, ascending to, 616, 6 proton, 1 neutron, 6 electrons, baby. Let's get it, baby. The shift is here. Let's go. This is the shift.
Anomaly. An anomaly in Earth's magnetic field, meaning it's quite weak. You have a whole bunch of extra charge and particles coming in from outer space, flowing down the weakened magnetic field lines of the South Atlantic anomaly. And now today we've had this double earthquake sequence right at the edge of it on the mid-ocean ridge, which doesn't usually host earthquakes greater than magnitude 6. And this all just occurred after a G2 geomagnetic storm just a couple days ago, and it lingered as a long duration G1 geomagnetic storm. The scale rating goes from 1 to 5. So perhaps these 4 high magnitude earthquakes just today are a clue that something is changing deeper within the planet, within the deep crust, and even into the mantle. Specifically, the magnitude 6.1 and 6.6 earthquakes along the mid-Atlantic ridge, the spreading center, they are connected directly to mantle convection. and the larger tectonic system that is active on our planet, and they occurred directly after that coronal.
Look at that hole, boy. Look how big that is. It looks, again, it looks like a person, right? It looks like a person with their arms open. That's what it looks like. It looks like a person. Hold on. Nah, it looks like a person riding a horse. It looks like a person. Look, this would be the horse, right? This would be the person on the horse, and this looks like a sword. Like the entity has a sword and is coming to cut things off. Look at this, but look at this being. That looks like some type of dragon type being. Look at the mouth opening. Look at the eye. That's what I'm seeing. Look at the eye. Look at the beak. Oh my goodness. Look at the beak. It looks fierce, and it's got a sword in its hand, and it's coming to attack. Y'all see that? And then again, I showed you guys the what's it called? The dragons.
Hey, y'all.
Look at this in the sky where I'm at. Look at the dragons. Y'all see that? Again, I'm telling y'all, the universe always lets us know. But look at these beings.
High-speed stream impact and the G2 geomagnetic storm that it triggered. You see some of these magnetic fluctuations across the globe during this geomagnetic storm here. Most of those magnetic fluctuations are centered in the polar regions where these particles are actively flowing into Earth's magnetic field and down deeper into the atmosphere and into the lithosphere. But you do see some increased geomagnetic disturbances here along the mid-latitude and equatorial regions. The South Atlantic anomaly is right in this zone right there. And this was all triggered by the biggest coronal hole that we have seen on the sun in 9+ years. A coronal hole is an area on the sun where the magnetic field extends out into space rather than looping back in on itself like it does with a sunspot. And the plasma temperature is lower. And so you have these particles that flow out of the sun at high velocity and at lower density, and this supercharges the solar wind. This is the 7th rotation that we've had of this coronal hole, and it's grown each time. So it's been giving the Earth.
So it's getting bigger since it started in what is that? October 2024, it's gotten bigger. This coronal hole has gotten bigger. And again, see the point of the black hole, right? The black hole sun is when the sun gets dark, it has this massive coronal hole, and it shoots this massive coronal mass ejection at the Earth, and it literally destroys the grid. Okay, this is what's going to happen.
That we've had of this coronal hole, and it's grown each time. So it's been giving the Earth a regular pulse of geomagnetic activity every 28 days now around the lunar cycle as well. Keep in mind, that's also a 28-day periodicity. And this triggered that G2 geomagnetic storm. But what is so striking about coronal holes is their connection to earthquakes, specifically very large earthquakes. They are one of the solar phenomena that have the best correlation to very high magnitude earthquakes occurring just after the coronal hole high-speed stream sweeps by. And so we've had now 4 magnitude 6+ earthquakes occur today, March 28th, right after that coronal hole high-speed stream.
You guys see how many earthquakes we've had, y'all? And I'm gonna tell you guys, we're literally in the revelation time. We're literally in the apocalyptic time. This is the era that we are in right now. Look at this. This is the planet waking up, because this is energy. This is energy moving up. This is up spiral energy. You get it? Because there's an energy coming from below and it's moving up. It's causing us, it's forcing us to move up. And what it's doing is disrupting the energy that's on the planet. Meaning, I told you, the things that don't belong here, they're going to be removed. Because this is the 3-dimensional energy that's being disrupted. So the 5th dimensional energy is coming in and it's disrupting and breaking down 3-dimensional structure. So if you're not a 5th dimensional vibration or higher, then you will be removed. I'm telling you guys, this is what's happening.
Swept by the Earth, and we also had this 1.1 X class mega coronal mass ejection, which is mind-blowing. If that had hit us, it would have triggered a geomagnetic superstorm. So a tremendous amount has already happened today geophysically and as it relates to the sun, and we have this partial solar eclipse coming up in just about 24 hours on March 29th. So tomorrow, this is the shadow path of the eclipse. So anyone along this blue line there will see it perfectly. And then you have fading levels.
So we won't get to see it. We won't get to see it, but you know, I'll do what's it called? I'm not gonna do a video on it, but for my members, I'm gonna do a video for you guys, for my Patreon members, and also my members on YouTube.
Viewability going down into Northern Europe. And this is a partial solar eclipse. So the moon won't perfectly occlude the sun, but it will pass in front of the sun along the ecliptic plane and partially block it from view. And it is that exact gravitational vector which increases the likelihood of earthquakes and also just in general for them to be of a higher magnitude. And you pair that with the biggest coronal hole that we've had in more than a decade, and it's no surprise that we've had 4 magnitude 6 plus earthquakes today, the strongest being a magnitude 7.7, the strongest in more than 2 years.
So what do you think is coming? What do you think is coming? And look at his little face. Look at his face. What do you think is coming?
So a lot has already happened today, and in fact for a lot of March, I've been talking about this now on the channel since the beginning of March. I made a forecast on March 2nd talking about March Madness, and specifically I laid out how near the end of the March we would be seeing the biggest expression of energy here on our planet and in our solar system. That is exactly what has happened, and likely that will continue into April because of that new very powerful sunspot which launched that mega coronal mass ejection, potentially even Carrington level coronal mass ejection. And so Earth's magnetic field right now is strong, but it has been hit repeatedly by solar storms and high-speed streams throughout the course of March, and we may be having a geomagnetic superstorm in the next 2 weeks if another coronal mass ejection launches like that towards us. So you can stay in the know by subscribing to the channel. Again, I've been your host, Stefan Burns.
Okay, there we go. See, we might get more, and I'm going to tell you it's more likely so that it will happen. Why? Because we have Neptune. Neptune represents illusions, mysticism, spirituality. It's entering Aries. Aries is the warrior energy. It is the firstborn. It is the firstborn zodiac. So it's the energy that it's the most influential. It's the most influential energy. I'll tell you that. Just like your firstborn, the firstborn child is going to be the most influential because your other siblings, the other siblings looks up to it. Same thing with Aries. That's why Aries is the GOAT. That's why Aries is the GOAT. It's the greatest of all time, the greatest of all energy. So it's going to be a problem next month. It's going to be bigger. That's all I got to say. All right. Energetically speaking, that's all I got to say. All right. So that being said, y'all, that's it for me. Much love and abundance upon every single one of you guys. But like I said, y'all, I still got the course going on, y'all. If you guys want to see the world the way that I see it, and a lot of you guys are seeing it, you guys are natural decoders, and because there is a hidden language around the world, and it speaks to you every single day. I want to let you guys know it speaks to you every single day. Numbers, music, symbolism, your parent, like there's no coincidence in life. Whatever comes to you, whatever happens for you, it is the universe speaking to you directly, and it's showing you there's a greater language behind it, a greater hidden message behind it, and you have to do your part into decoding what it is that they're telling you, every single thing. And that's the way that my mind works now. That's the new expansion of consciousness that's here, and that's exactly that I'm here to share with you guys. So if this sounds like you are interested in this, y'all, then go ahead and dive into my course. Go to my Etsy. You guys can go to my page right over here. You go to my page, go to my link, view the links. Here's the Etsy over here. It'll take you to my Etsy. Here's the code. Is the first thing right here, the Cosmic Code course, and get it in, put it in your basket, and get to it. You can even pay in increments as well. So that's the most amazing thing. And this is a great thing. I'm happy to share what I've got with you guys. We got some nice visuals and some nice things. But the most important thing is basically, I believe the most important thing is basically sitting down and being able to expand your mind and let this energy come to you, because it's already here. So if this sounds like the course for you, y'all, then get in, and I'll be happy and waiting for you guys. All right. So much love and abundance upon every single one of y'all. And the shift is here. Let's continue to get it, y'all. Peace in.